After I made plans for my visit to Shiraz, I began with the most famous and attractive tourist resorts of Shiraz. I am Cyrus, king of the world, great king, mighty king. When I entered Babylon in a peaceful manner, I took up my lordly abode in the royal palace amid rejoicing and happiness. My great army entered Babylon quietly. I did not allow any hardships to the people of the land. I made efforts for peace. I abolished slavery and put an end to its ills. I decree that all people are free to worship their God, and that no one has the right to persecute them. Cyrus the Great left a charter, which is known as the first human rights charter in history. The charter is now kept at the British Museum in London. The Morghab Plain. This is where Pârsâ is located. The most important monument in Pârsâ is the tomb of Cyrus the Great, which was built under his order for his burial. And it's still there 2,500 years after its construction. The tomb of Cyrus was actually built by himself before his death. Wow, it's really amazing, don't you think so? I mean, it's great. Cyrus the Great's team.
دوستم توریست اومده اینجا میپرسه که خیلی مقبره جالب و با عظمت، اینطور نیست؟
بله، ما ایرانی‌ها افتخار میکنیم به بزرگی تمدنی که اون زمان ما داشتیم و اینکه بناهایی که ما همشو اینجا دیدیم در عین عظمت ساده هستن و اینکه
She says that we're honored that we have this glorious history and it's an amazing place actually.
I was wondering what you feel about Cyrus the Great. Do you think he is as magnificent as he is?
میپرسه که احساستون در مورد کوروش کبیر چیه؟ واقعا اونقدر با عظمت بوده؟
بله، احساس من در مورد کوروش اینه که کوروش یه شخصیت بزرگ توی تاریخ بوده، از عادل و دادگر بوده، از خوبیاش توی تاریخ نوشتن، از اینکه اون زمان ما بردهداری نداشتیم، همه کارگرایی که اینجا کار میکردن حقوق دریافت میکردن، بیمه داشتیم ما اون زمان.
actually, he was a great character in history, and he was well respected. Even at that time, we didn't have slavery, and workers who built these places all got their wages.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So he's a great person.
He was a very fair person, she also mentioned.
So he had justice in his characteristic.
Yes, exactly. And when we remember the story about Alexander the Great, who was a really great conqueror, coming here to Cyrus the Great tomb, and he doesn't destroy it, and he actually paid his tributes and respects to Cyrus
he
the
paid
Great.
his tributes. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of respectful, especially for a conqueror.
Yeah.
Wow. There's just another question actually about the Cyrus the Cylinder. What do you think about that? The meaning of it and what it says?
میپرسه که در مورد این منشور کوروش و اون سیلندر کوروش چیزی شما میدونین؟ چه احساسی در موردش دارین؟
من واقعا افتخار میکنم که این منشور کوروش به عنوان کهن‌ترین و قدیمی‌ترین استوانه حقوق و آزادی بشر صادر شده و الان این متن منشور کوروش بالای سردر سازمان ملل نوشته شده و یه افتخاریه برای ما ایرانی ها. من واقعا به این افتخار میکنم که این آزادی بشر از ایران اون زمان صادر شد برای تمام جهانیان.
She says she's honored to know that the human freedom charter has started from Iran, from the Cyrus Cylinder, and then now it's gone to the UN, and it's all the rules and laws are written in the UN. So it's a big honor for Iranians to know that we have actually issued the freedom to the world.
Great. That's really interesting viewpoints. Thank you very much for answering my questions.
خیلی ممنون از اینکه سوالاتمون جواب دادین.
The mausoleum of Cyrus has two distinct parts. 6 broad steps built on a square or rectangular base with an area of 165 square meters and a slanted roof. The walls are 5.1 meters thick. The base of the monument is made out of 6 step-like layers. The monument is 11 meters high. The existence of Pulwar River has made Morghab Plateau a very fertile land for people. Pârsâ is a vast complex of palaces and different monuments which are scattered across the plain. Pârsâ palaces were built 2,500 years ago at Cyrus's order. The surviving monuments of this historic complex are Cyrus's private palace, winged man-beast, audience palace, the residential palace, the audience hall, and the precinct fire. Persepolis historic monuments are located near the town of Marv-Dasht in Iran's Fars province, 60 kilometers northeast of the city of Shiraz. The Greeks called it Persepolis, and in Old Persian it's called Pârsâ. Pârsâ, or Persepolis, was one of the ancient cities of Persia and was for many years the capital city of the Achaemenid Empire. At first sight, Persepolis gives one a sense of a historical era's magnificence, an image which will remain in one's memory for a long time. The stairs used by kings and noble Achaemenid people, who ruled over a huge part of the land at the time, draws one's respect and admiration.
You know, these whole passes were made at the time of Achaemenid dynasty, who ruled Persia from 559 BC to 333 BC. The construction of the place started in 518 BC. So actually, if we consider that as the beginning year of construction, the place is more than 2,500 years old.
2,500 years old. Wow, that is really old. I mean, I can see it in there. That's really, really old, isn't it? 2,500 500 years.
Yeah, that's why it's
Such
called
history.
the most significant place in Iran.
So tell me some more things about this wonderful place. It looks like it's got so many secrets hidden inside.
Yeah, this glorious place was unfortunately destroyed by Alexander the Macedonian. He came here and put fire to the place.
What?
Yeah. No.
I've got to see more. Come on, let's go in.
There are lots of mysteries in Persepolis, you know, like even these entrance gate or the nation's gate. It is also called Xerxes Gate because it was made by him. There are other mysteries about Persepolis, like you see these columns and the flutes on the columns.
Oh yeah, I can see those. Yeah. They're really well designed.
Yes, of course. And you know, they are very tall, like more than 14 meters high. In some other palaces, the columns are more than 21 meters high.
So even higher than this?
Yeah, of course. Of course, considering the head of the column, which is usually like a lion or eagle. Look at that imaginary creature. It's really amazing.
Really interesting.
It consists of 3 different creatures. It has got eagle wings, bull's body, and human head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So who is this guy?
It's griffin, which is symbol of different things. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe I could go around to look at other places.
Yeah, of course. You can go on your own, and I will drop in on a friend. I'm at the tourist guide station.
Oh, okay, so it's not a problem if I go around there.
Yeah.
So
don't worry.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Apadana, or the place of Darius and Xerxes, is considered as the most magnificent and impressive monument of Persepolis. On the entrance stairways of Apadana, pictures of people bringing gifts and souvenirs from distant lands for the king have been engraved. The famous lion hunting picture, which refers to war and domination, is on the stairs. The columns of Apadana were huge rocks of one piece brought from nearby mountains. After being extracted, these rocks were treated by artists who engraved pictures on them. On top of the columns, popular mythical pictures of the time were engraved. Some of the pictures have survived to date after 25 centuries since their creation. Apadana involves a square central hall with 36 columns, 3 terraces and 4 towers on 4 outside corners of the hall, and also a number of guard chambers to the south of the monument. Darius the Great ordered the construction of Apadana, and it was completed during the rule of King Xerxes. Tashur Palace is located to the southwest of Apadana and is southward facing. Tashur Palace, also known as Tachura Palace and Mirror Hall or Private Palace of Darius the Great, is among the first monuments excavated on the terrace of Persepolis. The rocks of the palace are grey and reflect the image of the viewer. For this reason, it's also called House of Mirrors or Mirror Hall. Different pictures are visible on the walls of the palace stairways. The palace also features inscriptions that have survived from the Achaemenid kings Darius I, King Xerxes and Ardashir III. Among all monuments of Persepolis, the stairways of Apadana are of great importance. There are 2 identical stairways which start from the north and eastern yards of Apadana. The eastern stairway of Apadana features an exceptional and one-off event showing royal guards, vassals, noble people and subjects of the king. The stairway was excavated by the German archaeologist Ernst Hirschfeld in 1932 and has been decorated with 811 human faces and countless other features, which have survived as a result of being buried under the earth. Lilies are the symbol of the Achaemenid Empire. This flower, which in most pictures is seen in the hands of kings and dignitaries, symbolizes peace and friendship.
So you came here to touch Jamshid, and I'm really pleased about coming here. There's so many sites. What do you think? The same?
Well, I think it's been many years I've wanted to come here. It's never happened, and for the first time in my life I was able to take a road trip with my father and come see the sites here. I'm still in awe. You know, the last time I saw pieces of this was in Paris in the Louvre Museum, and I was in tears because it's a part of our history, and we haven't, you know, we don't have half of it, you know.
Yeah, it's like it's been severed from the actual place it was made. When I was looking around, I felt some kind of energy going through me, like lots of history around here, lots of old things, and so it's really spectacular for me. What about you? What do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. I feel like there's ghosts here, and it feels like the old kings still remain, and it's interesting how everything, you know, throughout the ages, how the kings have added pieces and little things here and there, and it's, you know, still this majestic place. I wish there was more pieces of it. I wish, you know, we had more of it, but what is left, I'm still thankful that we have, and I'm still thankful from Iran that they're still trying to preserve it and not letting people touch it. You know, coming here, you know, I've been a big lover of Cyrus, a big lover of the Persian Empire, and big lover of the history, and, you know, I haven't lost my roots, and I want to keep them because we're a great civilization, and we should stay a great civilization. And
Right, well, I'll let you look around and get closer to your roots.
Thanks for having me, man.
So, nice seeing you.
All right.
And I'll catch you later.
Yeah, take care.
See you
Thanks
now.
so much.
Bye.
I had read some materials about ancient civilizations before going to Iran, and had only heard about them and their ancient relics, including the Persian civilization, and of its ancient kings. However, visiting the monuments in person and watching some structures dating back to 2,500 years ago gives you a feeling that cannot be described unless you walk through the palaces and other relics of those ancient civilizations. Each dynasty takes over power from its predecessor, and each has left a rock with a staircase or column decorated with an inscription over years. These inscriptions speak of the dynasty's achievements. The historical continuity over different ages gives the viewer a sense of cultural clout and magnificence. The rich civilization was based on the abolishment of slavery and recognition of the basic rights of people, particularly women. Even when other lands were conquered, these laws applied to the people of those lands. History and chronicles tell us that these ancient monuments were finally destroyed after Alexander of Macedonia unleashed a retaliatory attack and set fire to the beautiful palaces. The monuments were buried under earth for many years. Next to Rostam is one of the most important and beautiful ancient monuments of Iran. It's located in Hajiabad Mountain, 5 kilometers from Persepolis. Next to Rostam houses tombs of several Achaemenid kings, including King Xerxes, Darius the Great, Darius II and Ardashir I. It also contains rock reliefs depicting significant events of the Sassanid era, Elamite monuments from 2000 to 600 BC, the Achaemenid monuments from 600 to 330 BC, and the Sassanid monuments from 224 to 651 AD. The rock relief depicting the triumph of Shapur over Roman kings is located 10 meters east of the tomb of Darius the Great, and is 11 meters long and 5 meters wide. This rock relief depicts the victory of the Persians in the city of Raha, where they crushed the Roman army. It also shows the captivity of Roman emperors Valerian and Philip the Arab. The rock relief was engraved at the command of Shapur I around 226 AD. The monument is 3 times bigger than its normal size, and is one of the best pictures of the Sassanid era in terms of delicacy and significance. It is evident that the rock relief was made according to the exact details of the costume of Valerian, and clearly looks like the other clothes of the Romans of the time. Zoroastrian Kaaba is a stone, tower-shaped monument which was built during the Achaemenid reign. Archaeologists attribute the construction of this mysterious monument to 3 purposes: guarding the sacred fire, serving as a place for keeping valuable documents, and serving as a place for worshipping Anahita. After visiting Pârsâ, Persepolis and Naxta Rostam, we went to Hafez Khan restaurant of Shiraz to eat.
The traditional restaurant.
Oh, so it's like a good design.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So this is one of the nicest places in Shiraz. It's called Hafez Khan.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've seen some nice restaurants, but this is one that stands out from the crowd.
Yeah, of course. They call it Hafez Khan because it has got 7 different roads, actually.
Oh.
And 7 different restaurants, actually.
7 restaurants, it's like a shopping centre. Oh,
and, let's check it out. And, the basement is actually traditional, as you know this.
Yeah, we sit on this? Like,
yeah.
This is our seat?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Sitting traditional way. With the traditional tablecloth.
Thank you. So it's a traditional cloth, is it?
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of things to order.
یه لحظه اجازه بدید. Are you ready to order?
Well, I've got a question actually.
Yeah, of course.
I'm quite interested in this pomegranate wall stew with rice.
That is a kind of traditional cuisine. It's called fesenjan.
Fesenjan?
Yeah, it's a mixture of these pomegranate and walnuts. Yeah.
How does it taste?
It's good, but maybe for the first time you want to try something else.
Okay, sure. What do you suggest?
I probably suggest this one, cabbage rice, which is a specialty of Shiraz. It's Shiraz cuisine. It's rice made with meatballs and also cabbage. It tastes really good.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, because it's a specialty of Shiraz, you must try it.
And that's the traditional food they have here?
Yeah, of course. 2 تا سالاد شیرازی هم اضافه کنید. Alright.
میتونم اینا رو برم؟
خواهش می‌کنم خدمت شما.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Oh, really? Does it?
Yeah,
well,
because these days all you get is pasteurized one, which doesn't. That's what.
So this is the Doug.
Doug.
Doug. Okay.
Yeah. One is mint, which is usually added to that. Oh, we've got to. That's what I'd like on it. And karam puri.
Thank you very much. So this is a special type of rice, isn't it?
Having Shiraz's traditional rice and cabbage in a pleasant atmosphere was one of the nicest moments during the trip. I think the taste and fragrance of the Persian cuisine pleases any palate. I also like to try other traditional foods of Shiraz.
So this is quite amazing architecture.
Yeah,
like all these
the restaurant is
triangles.
also famous for its architecture beside the food. As you see, this basement part is really amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of really cool down here. I guess that's natural cooling system there.
And every
is
different...
this just one restaurant on its own?
Yeah, this is one restaurant, and the other floors have also got other different restaurants, and each has different architecture, like you see in the ceiling.
Yeah, all the lights go different directions.
Different directions, yeah.
And they got these strange light bulbs here as well.
Yeah, light bulbs, quite big, aren't they?
After Pârsâ, I visited Persepolis, which was the capital city of Darius I and his successors. This is a complex of interlinked palaces. Each palace fills one's mind with marvel and magnificence. The Gate of Nations, the Palace of Apadana, the 100-Pillar Palace, Thatcher Palace, the site has a surface of 135 square meters. 5 kilometers from Persepolis, the tomb of Achaemenid kings are located in Naxta-Rostam. This is one of the most important ancient monuments of Iran and houses the graves of several Achaemenid kings, including Darius the Great, King Xerxes, Darius II, and Ardashir I. There are also some rock reliefs around the important events of the Sassanid era. In the lunar year 1187, Hurrem Khan Zand, a Persian ruler, built a monument over Hafez's tomb similar to his own monuments. The monument involves a hall with 4 tall solid stone columns and a big garden in front of it. An onyx tomb was put on Hafez's grave, which has survived to date.
It's interesting that this corridor has been, let's say, extended in recent century. You know, formerly there were only 4 columns in the middle, and if you look closely, the 4 columns in the middle are different from the others.
They look a bit older, don't they?
Yeah, but they extended this and added the other columns in the last century.
Wow. So they made it from that long, from that small?
Yeah, exactly. Because at that time they found a French architect, who designed this place, designed the canopy, and he also designed these columns and added to that. Okay. So let's take a look at the grave itself, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, look at the canopy from this side.
It looks really amazing.
Yeah,
you see the colours
amazing.
sparkling around with the lights.
Yeah, look at the
as well.
tile works on the ceiling.
Where?
You see that?
Oh yeah,
the
there's some
tile works.
writings there in front.
They're like turquoise, aren't they? Turquoise tile works.
Like nice colours there.
And did you know that the top of the canopy is from copper?
Oh yeah, I saw
it's
it
the
was
top
like
part.
a greeny colour and a greeny kind of colour. I thought it might have been a metal.
That's right.
But I didn't know exactly. It's such an amazing atmosphere around here. You can smell the nice colours.
The orange trees.
I just want to go upstairs and check it out. So this is what?
Yeah, this is the grave of Hafez, actually.
Oh, the poet.
The most popular Iranian poet. And people come here and they say some verses of Quran to ask blessings for him.
So I was just wondering why you came to this famous place of Hafez. I can see a lot of people here, and I was wondering why you personally came.
میپرسه که همه مردم خیلی زیاد میان اینجا. شما برای چی میان؟ دلیل شما تو شخصی چیه؟
من حافظ رو خیلی دوست دارم و وقتی که توی این آرامگاه میام یا اینکه اشعار ایشون رو میخونم واقعا به من آرامش میده.
She says that she loves Hafez and actually reading his poems gives her a kind of peaceful feeling inside. So she loves Hafez and she always comes here to pay a visit.
Oh
yeah, she comes here often.
Oh wow. So what can you now tell me what you feel about Hafez? Do you have great emotions about it? What in particular do you like about Hafez?
پرسی که دقیقاً احساستون چیه؟ چی چیز حافظ اینقدر دوست دارین؟
گوته بزرگترین شاعر آلمانی بوده که خیلی از شاعر ما حافظ بزرگ تجلیل کرده و اینکه خیلی آرزو داشته که بتونه یک سری از ابیات رو مثل حافظ بگه.
She talks about Goethe, one of the most famous the German poets. And actually, you know, he was so fond of Hafez and he studied Hafez he studied Persian for 15 years so that he can compose some poems like Hafez. So she says when Goethe is so interested and fond of Hafez, why shouldn't I be as an Iranian, as somebody from Shiraz?
Yes.
And she says she's really honored and proud to be from the same city where Hafez actually comes from.
Well, thank you very much for explaining that to me. It's been really interesting to find out that you have so much passion for Hafez. And it's been nice meeting you, so I've got to go now, but I hope you have a nice time here.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Shiraz is a very great city. I mean, it's the point where you get to Persepolis, the easiest. That's one of the reasons I came here. Hafez and Saadi are buried here, which are very big sites for them. There is a big fortress.
So which part of Shiraz do you like the most?
The bazaar is very nice. I like the bazaar area, the little alleys and the narrow streets. But also the north, which has the lookout, where you can see down to town.
So you can see over the sights?
Yeah. Persepolis is just amazing. It's really, if you look at it and you imagine, massive, if you imagine what that kind of luxury, 400, 300 BC, I mean, that's insane. That's really awesome.
So I know that the roof is made out of copper.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that?
I didn't notice.
Oh right, it's like got that kind of blue-green area.
Great.
Well, I'm sure you've got lots of places to see. Yeah. Anyway, so nice meeting you, Martin.
Nice to meet you, man.
Take care.
See you.
Bye. One particular aspect of Shiraz is that apart from tourist attractions, medical tourism also plays a major role in attracting people from regional countries and even from Europe to the city, thanks to research and scientific achievements in the field of medicine.
At Mojtaba's recommendation, we called on this research and medical centre. He was waiting for me along with the head of public relations office of Dr. Khodadush Ophthalmology Hospital, Mr. Mozaffar Eldin Samipour, for an interview.
What's the importance of ophthalmology for this hospital, for Shiraz and for Iran?
کلاً پزشکی ایران الان جایگاه خوبی داره. چشم پزشکی شیراز هم از قدیم وضعیت بسیار عالی داشته. از قدیم مطرح بوده.
Says that actually ophthalmology has been important since many years ago in the past, okay? And it has been always one of the major medical measures in Iran. And this hospital is particularly important, and one of the most important cornea surgeries was done in 1968 by Dr. Khodadush, who is a major figure in this field.
So how important is this hospital for this eye surgery in comparison to the Middle East and the world?
بیمارستان دکتر خدادوست کلاً در همه جای دنیا شناخته شده هست. در اکثر کشورهای دنیا، به خصوص کشورهای منطقه خلیج فارس.
The hospital is known because of Dr. Khodadush, and he's actually a world-known figure. He invented a special procedure in doing cornea surgery. He has a special way of doing stitches, which is known as Khodadush line in his book. So this hospital is very important, and many people from Persian Gulf and other Middle East countries come here to have the surgery. And it is really well known because of maybe three reasons. First, very professional doctors, advanced technology, and Dr. Khodadush himself.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure meeting you as well as seeing your facilities. I hope that maybe in the future we could meet again.
Iranian ophthalmologists have managed to implant a miniature telescope into the eye for the first time to treat severe visual disorder, thus putting an end to the US and British monopoly on the technique. Iran is now known as the third country having this speciality. Optic miniature telescope is one of the most sophisticated lenses in the world. It improves people's sight by relying on the healthy parts around the retina. The telescope is put in the eyes of the patient who suffer from severe visual disorder. Dr. Ali Tavalali, retina and eye cancer specialist, was the first to successfully carry out this complicated surgery in Iran. Cornea transplant was for the first time conducted in Iran in 1935 in Farabi Hospital by Professor Shams. Later, between 1967 and 1977, the surgery was carried out using more sophisticated techniques by Dr. Khodadush in Shiraz. Today, this complex and delicate operation is conducted at several hospitals. Dr. Sasan Niknam is one of the best cornea specialists in Iran who does cornea transplant surgeries at Dr. Huss Hospital in Shiraz.
So, Doctor, what's going on here? I saw you doing an operation.
There's a corneal transplantation, a regraft. In cases we have corneal opacity, corneal thinning, any kind of corneal disease in which we cannot have a good corneal clarity, we have to replace the cornea. Either full thickness corneal transplant like this, we call it penetrating keratoplasty, or partial thickness, either posterior or anterior layers. This is a kind of penetrating keratoplasty.
So is it quite hard to do?
No, not a kind heart procedure. No. Right now, no. Maybe 20, 30 years ago, yeah.
So there's new technology, new techniques that's
yeah, we have new techniques, definitely. Good microscope, good suture. As you know, to be the best, we need both new surgical techniques and new machines. We are always trying to be the best in the region, not only in the region, but also in the world. We try. We try to be. Although we are under sanction and we have a lot of difficulty to take new machines, new lasers, something like that. But till now, we have been able to take whatever we need.
Okay.
And regarding new surgical techniques, all the physicians working here, they're all on travel to new congress, new meetings, training course all around the world, to be always the best. This hospital is one of the best in the Middle East, no doubt. We have a lot of patients from all around countries, mostly Persian Gulf coastal countries like Emirate, mostly Oman, Kuwait, from Iraq, most recently from Iraq, and even quite a few patients from Iraq, Erbil, Kurdistan, and from Turkey. We have a lot of patients. This is one of the most sophisticated hospitals in the country and in the region.
Oh, wow. So in the Middle East, it's number one?
Yeah.
It goes to the top?
Yeah, one of the best.
So how do you feel about working for the best hospital in the Middle East?
That's good. I'm proud of working here. This hospital, as you know, is founded by Professor Kodadus. He's the father of coronary transplant.
So thank you very much for this opportunity
to
speak to you. It's really great to know that
Thanks
we have such
Thanks
good
a lot for
hands.
coming. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Cataract and glaucoma are routine surgeries at Dr. Tiraziš Hospital. The patients are quickly discharged after the surgery to rest at home. Dr. Sadra Puyan, a cornea specialist, was doing a cataract surgery, after which I talked to him.
So, Dr. Puyan, what new operation, what new procedure did you use in this operation?
We do with my colleagues in this center some routine operation and some new operations. I do in the anterior segment field with many kinds of corneal graft, such as anterior lamellar operation. This is a DLK, and the corneal graft, and also posterior corneal graft. This is the DESIC, and also DMEC. We do operation in this center, and also in the field of the posterior segment. We do my college, the new operations, the latest in the latest operation of the retina and posterior implantation of the miniature telescope in the 1-2 months ago, and also in the field of glaucoma surgery, the new operation of the glaucoma surgery we do in this center, also with doing the plastic surgery in this center by my college, and also implantation of retina in prosthesis in the eye, and also some the femtocataract surgery
Cataracts. Yes.
Soon come here as soon as possible. And there is the new glaucoma surgery.
One of the most famous architectural monuments of the Islamic period in Shiraz is Shahr-e Jadid-e Sadra. I headed for the monument after leaving Dr. Khadadoosh Hospital. Some sightseeing places of Shiraz are religious sites of the city. One of them is Shahr-e Jadid-e Sadra, which is the shrine of the son of the seventh Shia Imam, Musa al-Kazem. History tells us that he was killed while he was trying to join his brother by his enemies in Shiraz and was buried here. This monument was built during the reign of Atabakan Fars in the 6th lunar century. The monument comprises of a porch in front, and behind that is a vast shrine with a dome. The minarets are decorated with beautiful tiles embellished with the names of God and Quranic verses. The Persian and Arabic calligraphy, which has adorned the tiles, is so beautiful and spectacular that I can't take my eyes off them. The shrine has been repaired throughout different eras, including during the reign of Saffarid king Shah Ismail, the Afshar king Nader Shah, and the Qajar king Fath Ali Shah Qajar. This was because different kings of Iran put so much importance on the great men of religion. The people of Shiraz come to Shahr-e Jadid for worshipping. During the prayers time, one can see huge crowds of this sacred place while kids play. The interior of the shrine has been adorned with colorful fine mirrors, and the margins of the mirrors and tiles are decorated with all kinds of beautiful Persian and Arabic calligraphy. The charter is now kept at the British Museum in London. The mausoleum of Cyrus has two distinct parts. 6 broad steps built on a square or rectangular base with an area of 165 square meters and a slanted roof. The walls are 5.1 meters thick. The base of the monument is made out of 6 step-like layers. The monument is 11 meters high. The existence of Pulwar River has made Morghab Plateau a very fertile land for people. Pârsâ is a vast complex of palaces and different monuments which are scattered across the plain. Pârsâ palaces were built 2,500 years ago at Cyrus's order. The surviving monuments of this historic complex are Cyrus's private palace, winged man-beast, audience palace, the residential palace, the audience hall, and the precinct fire. After Pârsâ, I visited Persepolis, which was the capital city of Darius I and his successors. This is a complex of interlinked palaces. Each palace fills one's mind with marvel and magnificence. The Gate of Nations. The Palace of Apadana. The 100-Pillar Palace. Thatcher Palace. The site has a surface of 135 square meters. It has been totally made out of stone, and no material has been used in between the huge rocks. Five kilometers from Persepolis, the tomb of Achaemenid kings are located in Nakhta-Rostam. This is one of the most important ancient monuments of Iran and houses the graves of several Achaemenid kings, including Darius the Great, King Xerxes, Darius II, and Ardashir I. There are also some rock reliefs around the important events of the Sassanid era. The rock relief depicting the triumph of Shapur over Roman kings is located 10 meters east of the tomb of Darius the Great and is 11 meters long and 5 meters wide. This rock relief depicts the victory of the Persians in the city of Raha, where they crushed the Roman army. It also shows the captivity of Roman emperors Valerian and Philip the Arab. The rock relief was engraved at the command of Shapur I around 226 AD. The monument is 3 times bigger than its normal size and is one of the best pictures of the Sassanid era in terms of delicacy and significance. It is evident that the rock relief was made according to the exact details of the costume of Valerian and clearly looks like the other clothes of the Romans of the time. I then went to visit the mausoleum of the most popular poet of Shiraz, Hafez, as I had already planned to do so. One particular aspect of Shiraz is that apart from tourist attractions, medical tourism also plays a major role in attracting people from regional countries and even from Europe to the city, thanks to research and scientific achievements in the field of medicine. At Mojtaba's recommendation, we called on this research and medical centre. Some sightseeing places of Shiraz are religious sites of the city. One of them is Shahr-e Jadid-e which is the shrine of the son of the 7th Shia Imam, Musa al-Kazem. I then visited Aram Garden, which is also Shiraz's Botany Research Centre.
Gavin, I've made an arrangement with one of my colleagues. She's an expert in literature, and she will show you the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Salam, حال شما خوبی؟
متشکرم مرسی. Hi.
How are you? Hi.
This is Ms. Ajman, and this is Gavin Hall.
Yeah.
Nice
to
He
meet you.
comes from the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
would you please show him the place?
Of course, it would be my pleasure if I could help.
Oh, that would be very nice. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay, he just wants to see Shiraz and look around, but I will leave and come back to get him. Okay?
We talk about the building and the history of the building, and we could talk about another attractive places in Shiraz.
The garden was built during the reign of Qajar king Nasr al-Din Shah, based on architectural patterns of the Zand and Saffarid eras. In front of the main building, which overlooks the garden, a big fountain has been made. The pool reflects the image of the building. The surface of the pool is 335 square meters, and its periphery has been built with 18 huge pieces of solid stone. The main building is in the west of the garden. This three-story building faces the east and is a masterpiece of industry and art of the Qajar era in terms of architecture, painting, lithography, tiling, and beds. The porch of the garden is eastward and is on the second and third floor. There are two lofty stone pillars in front of the porch, and the top of the pillars have been engraved very skillfully. The top of the columns depict men in the Qajar era costumes, as well as symmetrical images and figures.
So tell me a bit about Hafez. Is he well known in Iran? Is he quite famous?
Yes, he's quite famous. This book is the poetry of Hafez, and Hafez is one of the most famous poets in Iran. He was from Shiraz, and he's quite popular between Iranian and especially Shirazi people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you know, based on an old tradition, when people have something in their mind, they randomly open the book and read one of the poems of Hafez, and they try to make a relation between what they have in their mind and the concept of the poem.
So is that important, that they have a connection between what they have in their mind with what's written on the page?
Yeah, because it helps them. It helps them to decide what to do. Sometimes, not.
Well, I see you've
all the
opened up
time.
the book. What does it say?
Okay. Do you have something in your mind?
Yeah, I've got something.
Okay. Let's try. Yeah, that's a good one. I read it in Persian first, then I translate to you.
Okay, first Persian then.
درخت دوستی بنشان که کام دل به بار آرد، نهال دشمنی برکن که رنج بیشمار آرد. You know, the concept of this poem is about love and friendship. It means that you have to be kind and helpful to other people, and you have to forget about enemies and pain that you have before. It means that you have to appreciate your good time, because time is passing and you have to be grateful about good time and good opportunity that you have.
I think that's a really meaningful poem. It has such a powerful meaning.
Yes,
I'll definitely take it with me every step of the day.
Yeah. You know, in many of poems of Hafez, the main concept is love, and different kind of love. Virtual love, love to God, love to people, but it's actually Hafez says this concept in different ways, and this is one of the attractive aspects of poems of Hafez. I don't know if it was related to what you have in your mind or not.
Well, actually, yes, I was thinking about love and passion, especially with the surrounding area.
Yeah?
And I'll definitely take every word of that poem with every step I take today.
So, our old tradition works for you.
Definitely. So
Yeah.
I think I will look at more poems and read more of Hafez.
Yes, very good.
Thank you very much for explaining that to me.
You're welcome.
At last, I can understand the eruption of Hafez and Saadi's poetic creativity by visiting the vibrant atmosphere of Aram Garden and seeing all types of fresh flowers and plants that I've gathered here. Vakil Bazaar is one of the most famous traditional and historic bazaars of Iran. The bazaar was built at the command of Karim Khan Zand. Vakil Bazaar is in the center of Shiraz. The historic Vakil Mosque and the Vakil Bath are also next to the bazaar. The width of the Vakil Bazaar is more than other ones. There are 74 vaults with a height of more than 11 meters, which is higher than the other roofs. The shops all along the bazaar have been built 1 meter above the earth to protect it from humidity.
The bazaar is actually famous for all these handicrafts, the woodworks and wood carvings, as you notice. These are called rah.
You can really see the detail there.
These are used for Quran, hold the Quran.
Oh, so they would hold
rah.
us as a
Yeah.
book stand?
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
And you see these bags.
Right.
Yeah, they look nice.
That's a really cool design. You've got a zip
cool
at the
design.
back and like different weavings.
Yeah, different weavings. It looks like a bit like a clean kind of rug, you know? That one on the top. Yeah, looks nice. But remember,
I want to buy one.
Yeah, you want to buy one.
Yeah.
Remember the old Iranian tradition to bargain over price. Yeah, everybody enjoys that. Yeah, let's get in.
So I'd like to buy that rug. Yes. Probably for about 1,500,000. Is that okay? Okay, 1,750,000.
After discount, 3 million.
It says that the discount can be like 5%, 10%. It's something specified. It cannot be like half price.
2,915,000.
2,950,000 final price.
That's the last price you can give. نمیشه دیگه بیشتر تعریف کنی.
2,900,000.
That's the last price. With 6.
Come on, a little bit more.
2,900,000.
Okay, he agrees.
Okay, it seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, so you have a deal. Huh? Is it?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. That's the deal. ممنون زحمت کشیدید. خداحافظ شما. Okay, let's go.
What brings you to Shiraz?
We are with our guide. We are
You're going
walking
around
Iran.
Yeah, it's really nice here, isn't it? Like lots of colours and they
Very
got
nice
lots of
people also.
spices, yeah, as well. Yeah. How long have you been here for?
It's 17 days in total.
Oh, really? So,
Yeah.
So have you been just in Shiraz?
This is our second day, and we are leaving today to Just, and then Isfahan, and then we go back to Spain.
So you're going all around Iran?
Yeah.
Kind of,
We went to the north, to the Caspian Sea, and we went to the mountain, and to Tabriz, Qazvin.
Wow.
Yeah, at the beach.
So you've seen pretty much so far.
Yeah.
And
17 days in total.
17
Yeah.
days.
What is it?
It's like a mixture.
A mixture of.
But I have no idea.
Well, what do you think about the people's
I
behaviour?
think people are incredibly nice here.
Yeah.
Incredibly nice.
They invite you to dinner.
I think that they have this idea that Iran has such a bad, outside, such a bad, I don't know the word. It's like the image abroad from Iran is not good.
So when you came here?
So when you come here, it's like they just want to welcome you and see that they are very nice people, and
Yeah. So you're really enjoying yourself.
A lot.
Have you made any friends here? Met any
A
people?
lot of them, and they ask you to take pictures, and very nice. Yeah. I didn't expect them to be like that. I expected them to be like more serious. So.
I didn't. When I came here, I thought the same as you, but I'm really
I
surprised.
think that my doctor said, "Don't go there."
Oh.
And then you come here and nothing happens.
Okay. Well, nice speaking to you.
Nice
anyway.
to meet you.
Bye.
Bye.
they got lots of different stones here as
Yeah,
well.
there are lots of ornamental stones, and you know, in this place, I will show you, you can find lots of antiques. It's actually a place where you can buy a lot of antiques, handicrafts, things like that, ornamental stones. Yeah.
So this guy, what's this guy here in the notes? Are these Iranian
these are the notes belonging to Pahlavi. The former king.
Right,
yeah.
I see. Okay. Really nice, like
nice inlaid works. Yeah. And what about the place? They're animal, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this guy.
Looks nice.
It's really nice decoration. Hi.
Salah,
how are you? Hi.
See, actually, you know what?
Can I take a picture? I think. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to take a picture. Can you? Just press that button there.
All right.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Don't shoot me, okay? Okay, ready?
Yeah, ready.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Whiskey.
That's good. They come out, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
thanks
go.
very much. Oh yes,
Wow.
that's great. Yeah, thanks very much.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. We can come back.
Yeah,
Take
maybe
one.
next time. Okay.
These are handmade. They're nice, huh? Aren't they? Yeah.
Maybe later. I'll
Yeah,
get one.
maybe.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe my wife
Could
might
be a
want.
good idea.
Yeah. Got different things done here. After I made plans for my visit to Shiraz, a travel agency coordinated a meeting between me and Mojtaba, a tour leader at the hotel I was staying at. He gave me a schedule for visiting sightseeing places of Shiraz. In the west of Vakil Bazaar, and in the rear of the swordmakers area, there is a big and beautiful mosque called Sultani Vakil, or Vakil Mosque. The mosque has been built according to the tradition of Iranian architecture and beautifully shows the relation between the world and religion. The northern and southern Irans are decorated with typical Shirazi 7-colored tiles and mosaics. Vakil Mosque covers an area of 8,660 square meters. Vakil Mosque was built in the lunar year of 1187, at the same time when the Vakil Bazaar and Square was constructed during the Zand era. Vakil Mosque covers an area of 8,660 square meters. Its prayer hall, Shabistan, has an area of approximately 5,000 square meters. The speaker's chair in this hall is cut from a solid piece of green marble, with a flight of 14 stairs. The arcades of the entrance door and the margins of the irwans are decorated with Quranic verses written in white soles and Naskh calligraphy on an azure background. Namazi Hospital is a general and specialized as well as educational hospital. It is the first medical center where organ transplant has been conducted. The late Mr. Mohammed Namazi began the construction of the hospital in 1952 and it was operational in 1955.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, tell me a bit about the importance of this hospital for Shiraz and for the Middle East.
As I told you, Shiraz is not just a cultural and historical place. There are different features that are important, such as Shiraz being a medical center. And this hospital, called Namazi Hospital, is one of the most important in the Middle East.
So,
particularly,
Namazi is who?
yeah,
Who's
particularly
Namazi?
because of its transplanting surgeries. Many people come here to do transplanting surgery on kidney, pancreas, and liver.
Wow. So it must have really experienced doctors here then?
Yeah, there are experienced professional doctors as well as high-tech, and they're trying to find new methods.
Okay, that's good. So let's interview somebody else.
Namazi Hospital has been built in an area of 25 square hectares, and the hospital's own area is 7,500 square meters, and it had 300 beds. But this number has been doubled, and the hospital now has 600 beds. Mojtaba coordinated a meeting between me and an organ transplant specialist, and also with some organ acceptors. I was most pleased by meeting a 6-year-old girl named Asma, who'd received a successful liver transplant. She was recovering in the hospital and was going to be discharged in a few days. Asma was so lovable and sang a childish song for me.
قلبی سفیدی در سینه آن یاقوت‌ها را پیچیده با هم در پوشش من پروندگارت.
I then met with Ahmad, an oil engineer. He had recently received a kidney transplant.
We have different kind of organ transplantation in Iran, and it's possible in different parts of the country. For example, in Shiraz, about 300 to 400 liver transplant is done every year, and heart transplant is performing in several centers in different parts of the Iran, and also lung transplant has been done in 2 centers in Tehran. And about transplantation, like Shiraz, that showed that liver transplant can be done easily in Iran. Different kinds of liver transplantation. They do whole liver transplantation, partial liver transplantation, living donor, and also they can do gut transplantation, intestinal transplantation, pancreatic transplantation. So it means that everything is possible in Iran.
I also had a chat with Mr. Nagdian, who had also received a successful liver transplant and was in good condition. Bagh Karim Khan, the citadel of Karim Khan, the royal palace of Karim Khan Zand, 1193. Karim Khan Zand, the founder of the Zand dynasty, was just the ruler of Iran in the 12th lunar century. Karim Khan invited the best architects and artists of the time and brought the best materials from other cities and abroad for the construction of the citadel. Bagh of Karim Khan was built between the years of 1766 and 1767. Bagh of Karim Khan is located in central Shiraz. After Karim Khan declared Shiraz as his capital city, he chose the palace as his residence. As a result, it became to be called Bagh of Karim Khan. It has a land area of 4,000 square meters and is in the center of a 12,800 square meter compound.
So we were talking about the wooden doors and the metal things and the knockers, as I told you. So there were different knockers for the men and women, so and they make different sounds. No, they make different sounds. I will show you it to you later.
Is it a rhythm or is it a sound?
The sound. The sound makes different sounds. And it's interesting that this place was used both as the residence for the king and also like a military castle. And because the residence of the king should be protected very well, they have some very high walls. So for the security thing, they have high walls. And the towers, as you saw,
20
the
meters,
4 towers.
15 meters high.
Pretty long. So they have these high walls for security. So we were actually talking about the castle being used as a prison at some time in the past century. So it was actually used as prison for a while, and that is why a lot of damage has been caused to some of the rooms. If you look inside,
what year was that? What year was that?
It was like more than 50 years ago.
50 years ago.
And then even now, the locals call this place like a prison in Farsi. They say
it used to be called a prison.
Yeah. Inside the mosque, you can see the same image of the whole building in the water. And
the reflection?
The reflection. And when people are going to do the ablution, the whole image goes away.
So if I want to do ablution, I do this?
Yeah, and the philosophy behind it is that the world of things go away so fast. So do not count on them and do not worry about it.
That's a really powerful message, that is. I really like that.
Bagh of Karim Khan has 4 tall walls that are interconnected by 4 adobe towers and a height of 14 meters. The tiling of the arcade of the citadel was added to the monument during the Qajar era. The foundation and walls of the Bagh Karim Khan has been made of stone and baked adobe, has been sued for the construction of other parts of the citadel.
Okay, let's take a look inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
and
look
here
at all
is
those
the king.
colours.
Yeah. We have the king.
Oh, here's that guy, Karim Khan Zand.
Yeah, he's the founder of the dynasty, and also the ministers. And here you can see amazing paintings on the walls and the ceiling. Yeah, gold, like gold painting. Yeah, golden painting actually.
The interior decorations of the citadel, including the frames, were made of Yazd and Tabriz onyx. Gold and azure and minerals of herb colors were used for the paintings on upper parts. The pictures inside the chambers are mainly Arab skew, flowers and plants.
You can see the amazing stained glasses.
Oh, so many spectacular colors.
Yeah, much more spectacular from inside, I guess. Yeah,
definitely,
isn't it?
yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, and also in we can see the windows, which work like vertically.
Yeah, they move upwards and down.
In 1920, when Arg was given to the police to be used as a big prison, they covered all the paintings and other artistic works with paste, and most chambers and halls were changed into small cells using walls to partition them. The traditional tea houses have a warm and intimate atmosphere, and they usually serve the popular drink of Iranians, tea.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to order?
Yes, I would like to order a tea, please.
Okay, anything else?
No, just a tea, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Iranians drink all kinds of tea, and this is the integral part of the breakfast table. However, tea is served after dinner and any other meal. I did what Iranians do out of habit, and I went to a famous tea house of Shiraz. The tea house is in the Moshiriya Bazaar. This also gave me an opportunity to think about the achievements of my trip. The Mausoleum of Saadi, the great Iranian poet of the 7th lunar century, is in the same place of solitude which was his living place.
So what's this thing called here?
Yeah, this is the Mausoleum of Saadi, and Saadi lived like 700 years ago, and
700 years ago.
Yeah, right. So the building has been reconstructed a couple of times since like 700 years ago. Sometimes it was destroyed and rebuilt it again. But the current building is actually from the contemporary century.
Contemporary century?
Yeah.
So that's about 70 years ago?
70 years, yeah,
oh,
exactly.
Right.
Saadi's mausoleum is located 4 kilometers northeast of Shiraz, on the foothills of a mountain next to Dalgashar Garden. Sheikh Moj'al-Din Saadi Shirazi had left so deep an impression on the Persian language and literature that many of the proverbs now used by Iranians in their daily conversation are from his works.
And here is the grave, the stone grave.
So someone's sleeping in it?
Actually, the original, they have restored it, but the original one was actually under this. Yeah. But they have restored it in different times. Again, it is stating one of the famous poems from the Saadi.
The genius was born in the lunar year of 606 to a well-known family. The works of Saadi were matchless before his time and were the epitome of Persian prose and poetry. His most important prose work was Golestan. It includes Persian and Arabic pieces and ethical stories that were taught in most Islamic countries. Saadi's most important poetic work is Bustan or Saadi Nameh, which involves topics on mysticism, ethics, education, speech and principles of life. There is a pond in the mausoleum of Saadi whose clean and cold water originate from several springs and aqueducts. The spring, known as the Fish Pond, is a place where the beliefs of people of Shiraz are deeply rooted. Numerous historical findings show that Saadi had a house beside the spring and used to feed orphans and the poor here. Saadi wrote his works including Bustan and Golestan beside the pond. People believe that the fish pond which originates from the Saudi aqueduct is sacred. There are rare fish in the Saudi fish pond that are useful for treating some diseases. The cyprinid fish of Saadi, which has come to be known by the name, is a unique species that only exists in this pond. Studies by the biology department of Shiraz University have shown that blackfish of Saadi and gold Shīrāz fish are species which only exist in the pond and can help treat dermal diseases. Many in Iran believe that the odes of Saadi is his main characteristic, which makes him different from other poets. As a professional editor who has worked for several magazines and newspapers, I cannot describe in words what I saw and felt in Shiraz. The feelings of freshness, vibrancy and genuineness and stability which I experienced in Shiraz are beyond writing any type of report. During my short time which is left from my stay in Shiraz, I will try to gain a correct and complete picture of this spectacular city. I think one can only say this about Shiraz, a city which can only be experienced from the naked eye. In fact, it's impossible to give the audience an exact feeling about the city using photographs and films or a written report. The Quran Gate today serves as a recreational site at the edge of the city of Shiraz. People gather here to spend their leisure time. However, this site dates back to before the Zand period. That is, when Azzad-Dawleh Daylami put a copy of the Quran on top of a huge monument, like the gate to the city, so that passengers would pass beneath the holy book for their safety. During the Zand period, Karim Khan Zand rebuilt the Quran Gate and added a chamber to the monument. He also put 2 copies of the Quran written in calligraphic scripts by Sultan Ibrahim on the chamber on top of the gate. The Quran copies have now been moved to the Pârsâ Museum. Several earthquakes took place during the Qajar era that badly damaged the Quran Gate. An architect from the city of Shiraz repaired the damage. In 1931, the monument was totally destroyed by Reza Shah Pahlavi. 13 years later, however, it was rebuilt by a Shirazi merchant. They have now written some Quranic verses in Sols and Naskh calligraphy around the Quran Gate. I also followed this religious tradition of Iranians and passed beneath the blessed gate, so that I would have the blessing of the Quran and good prayers while leaving the city. Now this quote from the Achaemenid king Darius, who prayed for his people 2,500 years ago, still resonates in my ears. Lord, protect this country from foe, famine, and falsehood.